What up, world? This is Sade, and I'm back with another episode of Sade Speaks. Thank you guys for continuing to share, like, and subscribe to my page. Please continue to like, share, and subscribe to Sade Speaks. So, guys, this week has been really a surprising week, actually. A lot of things have taken place. So, this week, I lost a brother this week, a brother by the name of Mark Thompson. He was a very inspiring brother. Like he used to come to our church, talk with the young adults and stuff. So I want to honor this podcast to him because he gave me a gem that stuck with me to this day. He told me this like maybe 4 years ago. Um, so me and my friends were in his office and we were just talking about life and stuff. And we began to complain about how we feel like we can't really be ourselves around people in the church. Because, we're free. Like, I'm free in Christ. Why I gotta, like, hide who I am? And, we complain about it, saying that we feel like it's fake and, we can't be ourselves. Why we gotta be on edge? And he really helped me to change my perspective. He was like, sis, change your perspective. He was like, this was his words. Everyone does not need to know your poison. So I was like, okay. He was like, um, someone's soul should not be at the expense of your liberty because you're free in Christ and you believe that this is right doesn't mean that someone may agree with you. And the last thing you want to do is to cause them to stumble or walk away altogether because of something that you did or said. Um, we do certain things within our inner circle, right? But when it comes to other people, they may not be able to handle your liberty. So I give you an example. So you have some people in the body who think that drinking is a sin, and then you have some liberals who think that drinking is not a sin. I'm not here to discuss whether it's either or. I'm just going to use it as an example. Some people they don't see anything wrong with drinking, and others do. But if I know that I don't see anything wrong with drinking, but I come around somebody that does, I'm not going to do that in front of them because I don't know what they're battling. They could be very well battling alcoholism, and I'm coming around with a drink and then send her right back to something that they're trying to come away from. It's like you can cause them to stumble, like go backwards when they're trying to move forwards. And normally, when people go backwards, it's really hard to like fight through to get back to where you were. So we just got to be careful, of how we reveal ourselves to people. So I was like, okay, um, it kind of stuck with me. Like I find that to be very true. A lot of people can't handle who you are. They can't handle your liberty in Christ, your freedom in Christ. A lot of people think that Christianity is something that's like you're bound to like a whole bunch of rules. You can't do this, you can't do that. Like honestly, you're in bondage when you're not in Christ, in my opinion. When you're in Christ, you literally have so much freedom. Like it's like this weight is like lifted up off of you. And no, I don't use my freedom to indulge in things that are not godly, but at the same time, I know my Bible, so it's some things that I don't see anything wrong with because I understand it from a different perspective. And then you have some things that some people may see that, is wrong with it. Like, I'm not going to do this. But even like, not even coming from okay, I'm going to step away from a godly perspective real quick. Even if I was just a person in the world, right, who was not practicing Christianity at all, I'm not going to go around somebody who is struggling with substance abuse, drugs. I'm not going to go around them when they're trying to get away from it and roll a blunt and smoke in front of them because it's just like that's just like sending them backwards. um like that's selfish in a sense. At the end of the day, it's not about us. We're not here for us. Everything we experience and go through in life is always to help and guide and teach someone else, believe it or not. So if I have a friend or someone that's really trying to kick drugs or whatever, I'm not going to come around them and roll a blunt and smoke in front of them. Like that's just, to me, that's not even moral. Like, why would I do that? That's going to send that person back to the very place they're trying to escape from. So I sound like the same. At times when we're in life, we just living like we're doing our thing because we don't see something wrong with something. We think somebody else tripping because they see something wrong with it, and it's not just that. It's just if if you don't agree with it, that's okay. But when I come around you, I'm gonna have enough respect for you to not do the things that you don't agree with. It can even be the music. I'll give you a transparent moment real quick. So me and this was my like really like start taking my walk with God seriously. I had a friend, she passed, her name was Nava. She was really good people, and I haven't talked to her in a while, and she hit me up. And my thing is, oh, here's an opportunity to share, Christ, like, let her know, like, girl, we used to be in the streets together, like, you can live a better life too. So she invited me to one of her sister's house parties, and I brought my homegirl T with me. Now, T at the time was like really struggling with the secular music. Like she was trying to like get away from the rap and all the cussing and stuff. She was trying to like get away from it because them beats are catchy. Like sometimes you be vibing the music and even don't even pay attention to what they're saying. You just vibing to the beat. But as we get older, we begin to listen to what they're saying. Like, okay, now I don't want that in my spirit. Like I gotta like shake it. So we go to the party and they playing like the music the very music she is trying to get away from. And I like, I'm very observant, especially with people who are like around me and in my circle. So as I'm looking at her, I'm like, oh, she looks so uncomfortable. So as it was like a real short visit. I left my homegirl, I gave her some words, kissed and told her I loved her, everything was good seeing her, and then we left. So as I'm leaving, I asked her, I said, you look very uncomfortable. I was like, you all right? And she was like, I was just struggling because of the music. And immediately I felt so bad because I wasn't even thinking. I wasn't thinking about it. She had literally told me that she was trying to get away from it. But at the same time, I wasn't even thinking about that her struggle at that moment. And I apologize because it set her back. Now I have to really fight hard to not listen to the very thing I like listening to. So it's like it's not about you. You know what I'm saying? Like it's if you value that person, or if you value what somebody is trying to do and how they're trying to be better, you don't have to do the things that you normally would do with your inner circle around them. That's what he meant by everybody should know your poison. It doesn't have to necessarily be a bad thing, but that was the way I understood it. Everybody doesn't need to know what I do or how I do it, for the simple fact that they may not be able to handle it. You have to know when to reveal certain things. If I'm around people who are on the same page with me, mentally, spiritually, and they can handle my liberty, and it's not no bad habits I'm throwing out. I want to clarify that. I'm just saying, like, they can understand. They understand my liberty. They understand my freedom in Christ. Like I'm not in bondage, so I'm doing certain things. They may not agree with it, but if they don't agree with it, I'm just not going to do it around them because it's not about them. Like you have some people who don't believe that you should eat meat or that you should eat this type of food. If I know that I have a person who has have an issue with eating meat because of how they feel about animals and all that, when I come around them, I'm just not going to eat meat. I'm just going to be a vegetarian with them. Like, because I understand that it's not about me. I don't want to set someone back or push them away because of my actions, especially if I profess Christ. Because Christ had the liberty to do any and everything, honestly, but he didn't. He taught first. He led by example first before he did things, because he didn't want people to walk away from the very thing that he was trying to teach them, because he abused, or he I'm not gonna say abused, because he was just really free and did things that he was able to do, knowing that they would not understand. So I hope that bless you guys. It's not about you. Know when to reveal certain things, and it's not being fake. It's really just thinking about the next person. You don't know what people are battling. You don't know what people are going through. Even again, it doesn't always have to be a negative thing. It could be the words that come out your mouth. It could be somebody who's trying to stop cussing, and you slip up and say a cuss word, and it sends them back. It could be as simple as that. It could be, again, what you eat, what you listen to, anything. Just be aware. Be aware of what people are battling, what people are going through, and what they're dealing with. So when you know what to reveal about yourself around them, because you don't want to cause nobody to stumble. I love you guys. Thank you for listening to me. Thank you for continuing to follow and share and liking my page. I really appreciate y'all. Until next time, I'm out.